Welcome to Your Money and Business. We begin this week with some consumer advice for navigating new paperwork requirements at the MVA. Federal law requires better documentation for driver's licenses. Joining us to explain is MVA Administrator Chrissy Nizer. Ms. Nizer, thank you very much for being with us. Who is affected by this?
So thanks for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity to get the word out about this federal Real ID requirement, which means that individuals who are renewing their license may be required to bring additional documentation. That documentation includes proof of age and identity, Social Security, and then 2 forms of residency. But we will let you know in your renewal notice we have documents for many of our customers, and so we'll let you know if you need to bring those documents. There's also an online lookup guide that if you're interested, you can look at any point, even not when you're up for renewal, to see if you'll need to provide those documents.
This is a little bit of a challenge for some motorists, I guess, but a big challenge for you and the people managing this at the MVA. How's it going so far?
So we're trying to make sure we get out as much information as possible. We're actually sending renewal notices now 6 months in advance to give customers a little more time to be prepared, because we know they do need to find those documents. We are experiencing higher volumes in our branch office. Really want to encourage customers to make an appointment. We actually guarantee to see you within 15 minutes of your appointment time. So get in, get out quickly, and be prepared with your documents. And when that happens, the visits seem to go very smoothly.
I did not know, honestly, that you could make an appointment. Is that a new thing? And obviously it's online, I guess.
That's right. It's fairly new over the last couple of years. So you go online. We have an online document guide that walks you through the documents that you need. At the end of that process, it offers you the opportunity to make an appointment. And again, 15 minutes of that appointment time, we guarantee that you'll be seen and make that process as easy as possible.
What trips people up? What piece of documentation do you need that they forget or have trouble getting their hands on?
So age and identity would be a document like a birth certificate or a passport. Sometimes with birth certificates, there were documents issued in past years by hospitals. They're not an official birth certificate document, so that's definitely something to look for and make sure you have that official document. You need a Social Security proof, so that would be your Social Security card or W-2 or 1099. And then 2 proofs of residency, so that could be a utility bill, could be a registration card right there in the car, which makes it easy, bank statements or anything like that that might have your address on it. So residency is generally pretty easy. The one point we do see with women is to make sure that your names are consistent on your documents. In particular, if you bring a birth certificate that has your maiden name, then you would need to bring that marriage certificate.
How long a process is this going to be until every driver in the state has one of the Real ID compliant licenses?
So it's a great question. In addition to having your documents, you also need to have our new secure Maryland driver's license. We've been issuing this a few years now, and it really has the most high-tech security features. We're actually, in some cases, the only state in the nation to have some of these features on our license. We know that everybody's identity and protecting it is so important, and so that's why we implemented this really secure driver's license. So today we have documents from about 2 million of our customers, so a lot of people already have documents on file with us. This Real ID compliant driver's license or ID card will be needed as of October of 2020 in order to board an airplane or to enter a federal facility. So that's the key implementation date from the federal government. And so if you want to use your driver's license for one of those purposes, you need to make sure that you have this prior to October 2020.
Now, the MVA has moved a lot of its operations online. There's a lot of things you can do without coming in. But for this, there's no way to do it without physically appearing.
Unfortunately, the federal requirements do require that we actually look at the documents, make sure they have all the necessary security features, and then scan them into the system. So we try to find as much information as we can online for the customer to make the process as seamless as possible, but yes, you do have to come in. The good news is your next visit can be done alternatively. So next visit you can renew by mail or online, and so something to look forward to for the next time. Providing these documents is just a one-time occurrence. So once customers are complete with it, then they are good to go.
Because it's a federal law, I guess every state has to do some variation on this. Is anybody handling it any differently than Maryland is?
Maryland's actually ahead of many states. We were declared to be Real ID compliant back in 2009, and so we've been collecting documents from our new customers since that time. And that's why we have so many customers who already have their documents on file with us. There are many states who are just really starting to implement, including our neighbors to the north in Pennsylvania. So many states are really just starting through the process. And again, that requirement of October 2020 is quickly approaching. And so for their residents, they're in a more challenging situation than ours are in terms of getting the driver license or ID card. Again, our focus is to make it as customer friendly as possible with the tools available on our website. The same information is available from our call center, so feel free to call 410-768-7000 for additional information as well. We're dedicated to premier customer service at MDOT MBA, and despite the Real ID requirements, we want to make sure we provide that great customer service.
Very good. Chrissy Nizer joining us from the MVA. Thank you very much. Now, a Baltimore